Following the concerns raised by Ukraine and its allies, US President Donald Trump said that his plan to end the Russia-Ukraine war is not a final offer for Kyiv. And this comes after European state heads cited the proposed border changes and an army cap on the Ukrainian side as part of the plan. Now, Ukrainian President Zelensky had previously warned that Ukraine faced one of the most difficult moments in history over US pressure to accept the plan that Trump on Saturday said that it was not his final offer, but stressed on the need to end this war one way or another.
No, not my fault. No, we'd like to get to peace. It should have happened a long time ago. The Ukraine war with Russia should have never happened. If I were president, it never would have happened. We're trying to get it ended. One way or the other, we have to get it ended. So, well, then he can continue. Then he can continue to fight his little heart out.
Earlier, Trump had given Ukraine until November 27th to approve the plan to end the conflict, but both Ukrainian and US envoys are set to meet in Switzerland along with the E3 security chiefs, an informal alliance between UK, France and Germany. They will discuss the peace formula currently facing a pushback from Zelensky, who termed it favorable to some of Moscow's hardline demands. Zelensky said that he appointed a delegation to discuss the peace plan with US Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, who will be taking part in talks in Geneva. The discussions around Russia-Ukraine conflict continued at the G20 summit as a joint statement signed by 11 countries at Johannesburg read that the 28-point peace plan would require additional work and raised concerns about limitations on Ukraine's armed forces and the territory swap. Moreover, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer met with Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney. The two leaders briefly exchanged views on advancing the Ukraine peace process. French President Macron said that he welcomed US peace efforts while accused Russia for starting the war. He added that Moscow had refused to take all the previous ceasefire proposals, that is.
Our unique problem, all of us, is Russia, which started this war. We refused to take the ceasefire proposals in February, March, July, August, etc., and didn't provide any guidance if they are okay just to have a ceasefire now. And look at the humanitarian situation in Ukraine, not just in the east, but everywhere. Look at the situation of the infrastructure of energy and so on. I mean, this is a necessity to stop the Russians. There is one aggressor and one victim. Full stop.
Meanwhile, 31 Ukrainians returned home from Belarus on Saturday as a result of the agreements reached between US President Donald Trump and his Belarusian counterpart. Trump this month had named a special envoy to Belarus and tasked him with negotiating further releases. According to Belarusian state news agency Belta, President Alexander Lukashenko pardoned 31 Ukrainian citizens convicted of criminal offenses on the territory of Belarus.
The Belarusian side has reached an agreement to return 31 civilians. We are very grateful to the United States of America, particularly to President Donald Trump and his special representative in Belarus, John Kellogg.
All right, to discuss this further, I'm now being joined live by defense expert Dr. Sergei Sumleny from Berlin. Dr. Sumleny, thanks so much for joining me here on the broadcast. Trump puts out that draft plan. He allows it to go out and then retracts in a way saying that it's not the final version. Is he testing waters? Why would a draft be released when it's not final? Dr. Sumleny, if you can hear me. Dr. Sumleny, we'll try to...
Me. I hope,
all right, we can hear you now. Please go ahead.
Now.
Yeah, please start over.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, this so-called peace plan, because I stress it is not a peace plan which was planned, which was published. It's a demand for unconditional capitulation. This plan, which was published, obviously comes from the Russian side, from Kirill Dmitriev, who is a Russian envoy on these negotiations with the United States, and it was obviously leaked to the media by Dmitriev. And stunning is not that the Russian side tried to influence the information landscape, in front of this negotiation. But stunning is that the US side has not publicly denied the authenticity of this plan, that nobody from the Trump administration said, stop guys, it's not a plan we have created together, it's what the Russians want to have, it's a Russian maximum demand. And that is stunning. We don't know what will come as the final suggestion from the United States administration. We don't know if they understand what they are negotiating about, how much is influence of Dmitriev, of Russian envoy, over Trump's administration is. We don't know it, but what is clear, Russia wants the solution which allows Russia to accumulate strength unlimitedly for the further attack and significantly reduces Ukraine's capacity for defense in the future. That is what we see from the proposal from the Russian side.
I hear your point. And Dr. Zumledi, there was also a statement which came in from Moscow's side. This is as per initial reports suggesting that their position was really being heard as part of this plan, where Steve Witkoff is also majorly involved. Now, I just wanted to bring it a little further, going back to what Trump just said, that they have to end this one way or another. Whether it's one way or whether it's another, do you feel ceding territory for Ukraine is going to be a reality?
Well, it is not the first attempt of President Trump and his envoy Witkoff to go further in a fast speed and to say, yes, you accept it, or there will be no other suggestion. That is our final proposal, take it or leave. It's not the first time. We remember there was the same story with the rare earth deal. There was the same story with another peace plan by the United States, proposed by the United States. It's not a surprise. What we can see, Ukraine cannot accept this suggestion, even if it will be a softer version, because in any suggestion which comes from Witkoff and Dmitriev, and Witkoff seems to be totally under control of Dmitriev, this man doesn't understand what he is bargaining about. He doesn't understand this war. He doesn't understand Russia. He's totally delusioned, and that what comes from Witkoff and Dmitriev is Russia's suggestion of Ukraine's capitulation in this form or in another form. And it's really strange to demand from a country which is a victim of an illegal war of aggression and a genocide, to accept capitulation and give guarantees, security guarantees to Russia, as if Ukraine has attacked Russia. This is just ridiculous, and Ukraine cannot accept it because it opens the gate to the further Russian invasion, which is, of course, non-negotiable.
I hear your point. Dr. Zumledi, thanks so much for making time for us. As far as Russia is concerned, all the statements that have come out so far, there is very little suggestion that they are going to be compromising on their situation, because they still stand firm on their demands from way back in 2022 or even in 2014. But we'll wait to watch what comes out, as the peace has to be achieved one way or another, as the US president says it. For now, we leave it here. Let's see how this one pans out as far as the 28-point peace plan is concerned. That was Dr. Sergei Somleny joining me from Berlin.
Thank you so much.